For me, I always love to have scallion oil on hand because it's a simple way to really elevate anything that I'm cooking. So here we have about 2 bunches of scallion, and we're just cutting off the roots. Try to take off as little as possible using the tip of your knife. Make sure before you begin chopping your scallions that you get rid of any sort of loose, snaggly looking pieces. I like to section the scallions so that it's easier for me to manage while chopping. Try and cut the scallions as small and evenly as possible. Sometimes when you're shopping in the store, you'll see scallions labeled as green onions. Don't worry, it's the same thing. Make sure you utilize the entire scallion. By gently pressing at the root of the garlic will help to loosen each clove. How to tell whether your garlic is fresh is by how firm it is. If you pick up a piece in the store and you notice that some of the cloves are falling off, that's one indication that your garlic is old. Firm garlic is always the way to go. I always try to avoid purchasing peeled garlic. Fresh garlic has such a better flavor. So here we have about 5 to 6 garlic cloves, and I'm just simply slicing them as thin as I can. Again, don't worry if the pieces are uneven. You're fine. So the reason we're using grapeseed oil is because grapeseed oil is a neutral oil, meaning it has no flavor. Start with a cold pan, meaning don't turn the heat on until you have all the oil in the pot. Once you have all your oil in the pan, go ahead and drop in the garlic and turn on the heat to about medium-high heat. Occasionally, you want to give your oil a stir because the bottom of the pan is going to be much hotter than the top, and you want it to cook evenly. So when you're making scallion oil, you want to stay with it the entire time. You don't want to walk off and do anything else. You want to be completely present. The inspiration behind scallion oil is that it adds a layer of flavor to your cooking than just simply olive oil. You can use it as a condiment, you can use it as a base for vinaigrettes, and you can even use it to cook and sauté onions. As the oil starts to heat up, you'll notice that the garlic starts to float to the top. What I really love about this technique is that you don't need a thermometer, you just need to be present, you just need to be watching what's happening. As the oil starts to heat up, you'll notice that the garlic starts to float to the top. Once you notice that the garlic starts to turn golden brown around the edges, this is when you can slowly start adding your scallions. Do not add them all at once because you don't want the oil to overflow. Keeping the heat at medium-high the entire time. Just a little bit at a time. Once you drop the scallions into the oil, you want to stir quite frequently. Again, you want the scallions to cook evenly. By putting the scallions in the hot oil, it cools down the oil. If you need to adjust the heat slightly, go ahead and turn it up. But you want to see consistent small bubbles. So the scallion oil has been cooking for about 7 minutes. At this point, turn it off and allow it to cool down before placing it into a jar. Don't worry if you have some pieces with your scallion oil that are brown or a little bit darker. That just means it's going to have a more intense scallion flavor. The reason I only cook it for 7 minutes or to this point is because, like I said, I like to use it while I'm sautéing onions or garlic, and I don't want it to burn. Once the oil has cooled, put it in an airtight jar and keep it in your fridge. This should last you at least 2 weeks. What I love about the scallion oil is that it's a really great way to add a lot of flavor to your cooking without adding a lot of calories, chemicals. I love this condiment just simply as a salad in replace of any oil. I love cooking with this when I'm, in the base of any type of soup or sauce. Scallion oil is a really great way to elevate your food without a lot of effort. I'm not one for conventional meal prepping, but I do think it's a good idea to have things like scallion oil, hummus, garlic paste on hand. It's a really simple way to elevate your cooking. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. And if you like this video, like, share, subscribe to our channel. Eat me. I love you.